6:45. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Here is the news edited by Lal Mallavarachi and read by J. Yogaraj. First the headlines. The government stresses the need to work collectively to win the challenges in the new year. Litro Gas Lanka Limited says it has taken necessary measures to expedite the production and distribution of liquefied petroleum gas cylinders. Mirigama to Kurunagala, a stretch of the Central Expressway, will be vested with the public on January 15th. Chinese foreign minister scheduled to visit Sri Lanka on the January 8th. 563 persons have tested positive for coronavirus yesterday. All public servants will be called to duty from Monday. News overseas, Ukraine tension. Putin tells Biden new sanctions could rupture ties. In sports, Sri Lanka under-19 cricket team qualified for the ODI Asia Cup final. And those are the headlines. And now we move on to the stories in detail. The New Year 2022 will dawn from midnight today. People in the country are getting ready to celebrate the New Year with many hopes, and they had to undergo many hardships during the past 2 years due to the strike of corona pandemic. The government stresses the need to work collectively to win the challenges in the New Year 2022. Parliamentarian S.B. Dissanayake says that the government was able to face the challenges of the pandemic successfully by administering vaccines to the majority of the people in Sri Lanka. However, the opposition elements attempted to increase the spread of the virus by organizing protest campaigns and mass gatherings. And they are making the problem blown out of proportion, creating unnecessary hassle to the general public, he added. Litro Gas Limited says it has taken necessary measures to expedite the production and distribution activities of the liquefied petroleum gas cylinders. The company also noted that it has made all arrangements to import the required technical equipment to ensure that all gas cylinders are properly inspected and to prevent delays in the maintenance procedures. The company hopes to release 180,000 cylinders in the coming days. Minister Johnston Fernando says the Mirigama to Kurunagala stretch of the Central Expressway will be vested with the public on January 15, 2022. The second phase of the Central Expressway is 40.91 kilometer stretch from Mirigama to Kurunagala and consists of 4 lanes. It was built at a cost of 137 billion rupees. The Ministry of Highways said the expressway will bypass urban areas and pass through mainly barren lands. It was constructed by local contractors with the local funds. This news comes to you from Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The Embassy of China in Colombo says China's foreign minister and state councillor will pay an official visit to Sri Lanka on the 8th of January. In a tweet, the embassy said Mr. Wang Yi is expected to launch the celebration of 65th anniversary of China-Sri Lanka diplomatic relations during this 2-day visit. Colombo will be the last stop of his first foreign visit in the new year. The Health Ministry says that 563 persons have tested positive for coronavirus yesterday. This figure includes 2 persons who had returned from overseas. This brings the tally of confirmed cases of COVID-19 reported in the country to 586,746. 11,471 patients infected with the virus are currently being treated across the island. The Health Ministry has confirmed 18 new coronavirus-related deaths for December 29, increasing the death toll in the country due to the virus pandemic to 14,962. The government has decided to recall all public servants to duty from Monday. The Ministry of Public Service, provincial councils and local government stated that the relevant circular will be issued soon. Due to the COVID-19 spread, the essential employees were only called for duty. And that's local news.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
Minister Bandula Gunawardena says the opposition and the rice racketeers are spreading fake news stating that there will be a rice shortage in the country. He emphasized that there won't be a rice shortage in the country. He told SLBC that the government has taken steps to maintain sufficient rice stocks and to provide essential goods without a scarcity. That came to you in Top News.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
In Watchlight, Examinations Department said recorrected results of the 2020 GCE Advanced Level Examination was released. Commissioner General of the Department, LMD Dharmasena, said 48,810 applicants had applied for recorrection. He said the results could be obtained by logging in to the department's official website www.doenets.lk or www.results.exams.gov.lk by entering the exam index number. And that was Watchlight.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of
Christmas and New Year sales with CIB Janajaya Vasana has commenced. Valuable prizes and vouchers for CIB bills during the entire month of December. 20% discount will be given for bank cards and for gift vouchers. Visit CIB today as well.
For the headlines, Ukraine tension, Putin tells Biden new sanctions could rupture ties. WHO says Omicron and Delta driving tsunami of COVID cases. Dinosaur footprints in Penat date back 200 million years. And those are the headlines of the world news. Russia's Vladimir Putin has warned his US counterpart Joe Biden that imposing new sanctions over Ukraine could lead to a complete breakdown in relations. In a phone call yesterday, the Russian president said such sanctions could be a colossal mistake. Mr. Biden, meanwhile, told Mr. Putin that the US and its allies would respond decisively to any invasion of Ukraine. The combination of the Delta and Omicron variants are driving a dangerous tsunami of COVID-19 cases, the World Health Organization chief said. Tedros Adhanom words came as the US and countries across Europe reported record new cases. France reported Europe's highest ever daily figure for the second day in a row at 208,000 cases. Dinosaur footprints found on a beach in South Wales are actually a trackway of footprints dating back more than 200 million years, researchers said. It is believed that the footprints are from an early ancestor of the giant diplomates, or the dinosaurs, and date back to the 200-year period. And that's World News.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of
Christmas and New Year sales with CIB Janajaya Vasana has commenced. Valuable prizes and vouchers for CIB bills during the entire month of December. 20% discount will be given for bank cards and for gift vouchers. Visit CIB today as well.
Development News is brought to you by Let's take all out of the coconut tree and make the island thriving and prosperous. Call our hotline 1928. WhatsApp 070 400 1928.
The CEO of Saudi Fund for Development, Sultan Abdul Rahman, expressed continuous support for implementing development projects in Sri Lanka. He said this during a meeting with Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa at Temple Trees recently. Prime Minister Rajapaksa expressed his gratitude to SFD as well as the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia for the support extended to Sri Lanka. And that was Development News.
Development News was brought to you by the coconut tree is well grown in almost all the parts of the island. It is an exceptional source of extra income. The shell, the husk and almost all the parts of the coconut tree makes you money, providing you with an excellent extra source of income. It will also help to nourish the economy of the country. You will be guided with all necessary informations regarding the coconut cultivation, with the novel cultivation techniques and all other related and upgraded informations by the Coconut Research Institute, Lunavilla. Call our hotline 1928. WhatsApp 070-400-1928.
Moving on with sports news.
Sri Lanka under-19 team yesterday qualified for ODI Asia Cup final, beating Pakistan by 22 runs. The Sri Lankan team won the toss, opted to bat first in the semi-final match played at ICC Academy Ground, Dubai. With this win, Sri Lanka have booked themselves a final berth of the under-19 Asia Cup. And that was sports news.
For all foreign currencies remitted through NSB based on the US dollar value, 10 rupees more per dollar, plus more gifts until 31st December 2021. NSB, the safest place for your money.
Business news sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Sri Lanka failed to sell 50% of the volume of a 100 billion rupee bond auction. The final for 2021 data from the State Debt Office showed as rates rose and the country faced a severe foreign exchange shortages from mostly liquidity injected to sterilize interventions. The office offered 50 billion rupees of a 15/1/2033 bond and sold all at 12.06%. And that was business news.
Business news sponsored by
Cash through NSB globally and win wonderful gifts locally. Will you be the lucky winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee? 50 gold sovereigns for the top prize winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee. Scooters for the 10 second prize winners. iPhones for the 10 third prize winners. Mountain bikes for the 29 fourth prize winners. From October 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency 3 times through NSB You Trust.
Economic news, courtesy of
I bought my daughter a laptop for her work by managing my finances. Whatever the expenses may be, I can't afford to miss out on life's special moments like her birthday or our anniversary. So you need to invest to make your family's future flourish.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibilities. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act No. 42 of 2011.
Plantation Minister Dr. Ramesh Pattana said export earnings from rubber, coconut and cinnamon have totaled $4 billion this year. He said it is the highest annual export earning the country has received from those crops. He added that this year is the golden year of the plantation industry despite certain obstacles. And that was economic news.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act No. 42 of 2011.
The weather report.
The Met Department says showers or thundershowers will occur at times in northern, north central, eastern and Uva provinces and in Matale and Nuwara districts. Showers or thundershowers will occur at several places in western, Sabragamur and northwestern provinces and in Kandy district during the evening or night. Mainly conditions can be experienced, or maybe the misty conditions can be expected in western, Sabragamur and central provinces and in Galle and Mathura districts during the morning hours too. And that was weather report. And to wind up the news broadcast, let's look at the main points once again. The government stresses the need to work collectively to win the challenges in the new year. Litro Gas Limited says it has taken necessary measures to expedite the production and distribution of liquefied petroleum gas cylinders. Meerigama to Kurunagala stretch of the Central Expressway will be vested with the public on January 15th. Chinese Foreign Minister scheduled to visit Sri Lanka on the January 8th. 563 persons have tested positive for coronavirus yesterday. All public servants will be called to duty from Monday. And with that, we conclude this morning news broadcast of Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.